Okay, I want to talk about quadratic equations. Now, we know quadratic equations are basically a main topic for precalculus. Now, a quadratic equation basically is written as a times x squared plus b times x plus c equals 0, where a, b, c are what we call the real numbers, and that a must not be 0, because if a is 0, then we're not going to have any longer quadratic equations. Now, to solve this, we usually use our quadratic formula. So to solve this quadratic equation, we will need what we call a quadratic formula, and which is it's given as x equals negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c, all divided by 2 times a. This is called the quadratic formula. So the quadratic formula is used to solve any quadratic equation. Any quadratic equation can be solved by using quadratic formula. There are other ways of solving quadratic equations, but if you use quadratic formula, you will always get solutions. Now, because the degree of the quadratic formula is 2, we then expect to have 2 solutions. To have 2 solutions. That's why you see in a quadratic formula that plus or minus. So you see this plus or minus basically tells you that as you're solving a quadratic equation, you should get 2 solutions. The 2 solutions may be the same solution there. We call that repeated solutions. 2 solutions must be distinct. We call that 2 distinct real solutions. And the 2 solutions may be complex solutions. So we call that imaginary solutions. But yet the plus or minus basically tells us that we need to have 2 solutions. Now, the reason I'm discussing quadratic equation and hence quadratic formula is because there's always these mistakes, the mistake that many people make when they write quadratic formula not the right way. For example, wrong way of expressing quadratic formula. 1. Sometimes you see when you grade papers, you see someone writing quadratic formula as such, and then when they divide it, they only divide the square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. So the 2a is just divided from the square root of b squared minus 4ac. So there is already a mistake here. So this is not right. So this is wrong. So what you need to do is extend the bar so that you can divide the whole thing by 2 times a. Another mistake is that we see this so the mistake about x equals negative b plus or minus square root of b squared plus 4ac all divided by 2 is that so the mistake is this. So it comes from plus, okay? So it's not plus, it's minus 4 times a times c, not plus. So let's take an example. So you are asked to solve the equation and that equation is 2x squared plus 3x minus 4 equals 0. So, but they ask you to solve it using quadratic formula. Okay, so from here you should first know that a is 2, b is 3, c is negative 4. So then you go to quadratic formula, which is x equals negative b plus or minus a square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c, all divided by 2a. So you go and let b be 3. Now b squared, so 3 squared minus 4 times a is a 2, and then times a c is minus 4, all divided by 2 times 2. Now, in this case, you get 9. Now, notice that we have double negative. So here we have this negative will multiply the minus sign, so it's going to give us plus. Okay, this is another common mistake that is made. Okay, so you get plus, and then you have 4 times 2, which is 8, and then 8 times 4 is 32. So you get that. And all divided by 4. So again, you try to finish your problem. So 9 plus 32 is 41. So you have square root of 41 over 4. So here you have 2 solutions. So the 2 solutions are so the first one, let's call that x sub 1 is minus 3, then with plus square root of 41 divided by 4. The second solution is, we call that x sub 2, which is negative 3 minus 41, the square root of 41 all divided by 4. So we have these 2 solutions.